Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye...
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're all...
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of this? From mediating dispute, and I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh?
Well, I am...
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss?
No need.
Okay.
I'll merely try... That's right. Judging from the...
Really? But...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick, but that's... Anyway.
Sounds more...
Well, what's your opinion? All right.
Wait a minute.
Well, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a
Well...
And why would that be?
Most astute, no matter how wonderful... And if that can...
All right, that now. I need...
Wait! Since we... That's more like it.
Far be it from me. You wish to say...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've...
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
We'll be making some preparation.
Go ahead, have a look around.
The missing girl couldn't have... I doubt there...
How can you be so...
Well, I couldn't see... But still, we melt...
So, it's safe to say... Alright, thank you for your help. This'll...
Speaking of that,
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
You need not worry about...
Oh.
Speaking of that,
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
You need not worry about such.
Oh.
speaking of that, I think
I can see that. Maybe I should try to learn some magic.
You need not worry about.
Oh.
The investigation
See?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Lenny used the machine. Well, we thought there might be a.
It turns out that I'm sure you already know that. In other words,
That much checks out.
let you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lenny.
Even though it's bad for Linny.
Lenny's magic trick?
Hello there.
The seats were all booked in advance. Sure, it's not like her name is Halsey. Apparently, the magic troupe member. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all. That's how it seems to us.
Okay then.
No need to be so. It is of utmost importance.
Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone will be... Lenny's still talking to the guy. I think someone will be...
Whoever the murderer was, these people needed to... Why would it be... Gosh, no wonder the serial disappearance... Gosh, no wonder this... Gosh, no wonder the serial disappeared...
I see that you're investigating. If you find any new...
We don't have too many... The Slyde?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with baited... I'm of the opinion, and when the pirate...
Wait, what?
Perhaps the balance wasn't... Oh, that's true.
That does We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see...
Understood. Then I will be...
Very good. Thanks for...
You may spare the pleasantries.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. Sorry. And these are my companions. Would you mind?
Oh, new...
Well, let's...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic, remembering the detail. Ah, good eye.
The back?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put two and two together... Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passage...
I knew you'd figure out the two magic... See this the box with the...
This trolley can raise...
I see.
Precisely.
So that's how you...
Once the box was... The audience member would only be able to...
Right.
Ah, yes. My assistant and I...
And what about...
I was in the mezzanines.
Oh,
That's how we were able to coordinate Lenny's...
I mean, we are... And that's my...
so that's how it all works.
Lynette would briefly walk out of... And then I But as you saw, Cal was in the box.
We really don't know...
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing... And yet, could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Lenny and Lynette...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which...
Oh, Paimon knows. And here's a broken vase.
Oh, her clothes are here.
Right. Ugh.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for...
Whatever it is. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through here.
Could...
Alone, perhaps. But if that...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes. Let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of... Let's find a place to sort out our...
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the odds of that. The guards have checked the area.
So the tunnels become like a secret.
The plot? No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the Oratrice will hear statements from both sides. That's right. This is the statements from both sides. To put it simply,
This also precludes any kind of...
once both sides have finished, then, finally,
Huh? So that makes...
In practice, there is very... yes, the guard... Because we've chosen to act...
they're concerned that we... And even if that were not so...
I'm ready to break out.
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out. Just kidding! Just kidding!
What do you mean?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a
Yes, I must be...
I have eggs, sugar, and almond.
Good work, you two.
These three are quite the interest... And from the way you had these two guys carrying, but you ended up doing the entire...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging...
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about...
Well, I don't underestimate beating egg. Anyway, give these a try.
Only...
Well, eating too many...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is demoiselle's... No need for concern.
All right, then. However, the magician twins could have committed...
Exactly! Why would they do such a...
The flower vase and the thud, resulting in the shattering of the... Perhaps the criminal...
Paimon thinks that makes sense.
True, but the only...
Huh. Could Halsey...
That's right. And even if she had tampered, nor does she have...
From the sound of things, your macarons are...
They are my specialty, after all. And I see you've already had...
What? Fun?
Please don't worry about it. At my age...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many... Wait! Even you don't believe if Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, Then may they turn into stone in her stomach!
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. Loose. So
Huh? What are you doing?
making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly.
As you wish,
And I have the egg sugar.
Well,
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on...
alright. Thanks for your help.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Maloose, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation. Do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible things.
Just relax. Even if everyone else... Besides, I doubt ⁴ understands any...
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be good.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly...
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement, you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once...
Yes.
In that case,
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly There is no way you could...
That is simply your hype.
Oh, is that...
The roaring countdown of...
And you didn't hear...
No.
I see.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard.
I was right by the box.
Look at those scales.
Well, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation... Tell me...
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something.
So the cereal disappeared.
I've got a feeling that what...
That's irrelevant. Our identities...
Indeed. Then your first priority is to prove... The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my... look flabbergasted. Now comes the infighting and... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations.
Hey, Linny! What?
Order! Order! First, when the thud was heard, are these claims... Please answer my...
I'm sorry. Yes, they're...
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is...
Is that really necessary?
The defendant is...
Order! Your request is reasonable.
In that case...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the... I'm sorry.
Yeah. We based our entire... Not to set the wrong tone or anything.
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with but our organization is
Right now, we want to see...
That's right. I knew if it weren't... That's why I didn't wish... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us right. So, you met a Fatus, but still...
Sorry.
Well, you both say that right.
Of course. We've been trying to find out during our investigation from that moment on.
Is that why you needed a home...
That's right. So, after jumping in...
That air vent was created during the...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to invest, which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that that voice seemed to recognize. On the way back, after that...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told...
That's the only way we can...
So, there... It was never my wish to... But, like I said earlier...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a...
The current problem is that the scales are tipped. If we want to refute the Hydra... Huh?
Both parties have returned to their... When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady ⁴ as fact. Therefore, Lady ⁴ may...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused... He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her... At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linny proceeded afterward. Linny passed the unconscious... And there you have it. That's the...
Does the defendant's side have any objections to...
The key to refuting Lady ⁴ is the order of events. Seems this won't... Seems... Seems this won't... According to Lenny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey. Lenny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed trace.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has. When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again. And in order to complete them, finally, he reached the surface. And that was when... Paimon did it! Paimon...
In other words, you believe...
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if... Assuming that what you...
Oh.
That's right, you two. Well, your denial is very Of course I do. If he had been... You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more That's right! This means the same clue.
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. Could there have been a third? Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is Halsey is the missing person, and could there have been a third? Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from wood. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. The sound we heard may have come from a... Lenny was not in the tunnel at that... The sound we heard may have come from... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell. No one entered or left... No one entered or left the... No one entered or left... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people. No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cow. It would have been tough for both people.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is, if only we knew.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel... And it's not like this is a magic...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name is... The vase was not broken by...
Oh! Paimon gets it! Lynette escaped. If there's a...
How could a person ever be transformed? Magic tricks are all...
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making much...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be... Guards, please step...
We are still examining the... We discovered several test tubes of fluid with the notebook in his backpack.
The primordial...
The note's contents also... The notebook has many, and one of these tubes was lit. The notes also state, as such, we will...
You've got to be kidding!
It's something so...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain...
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just...
Order! Still, guards, please continue Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence. So...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis...
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that...
The rope that held the water tank up... The deceased's name is Cowell. Now it seems like the hook rope was not... The water from the primordial sea... I remember there was some...
It's 8 in the original plan. When the magic box containing Halsey would lower, when the balloon attacked afterward, Cowell would end. But he encountered.
Huh.
That actually...
Oh dear. Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining, his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just in... and we found an
What?
That can't be.
Does this not clear all... My dear citizens, my loyal audience... Linny did not need to take part in having made modification, but upon his... Ultimately, he knocked now as much... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Seems using the...
I think we've all... I believe this is indeed... Now then, my good.
Excuse me, everyone, but I...
Miss, I must ask...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little... I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth, but once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once? And wouldn't such a trick? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. But as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving what?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my... I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I was just feeling happy that... Where should I begin? What? Firstly, my name isn't Hall. I heard that Linny... That's how I make a living. But I was noticed at the harbor. A few days ago.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so there was nowhere to run from there, though. So I had to change my clothes and hide in a box container. I slipped out after the first guard arrived.
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't. Had I known that...
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need to tell... Seems this won't... Lillian was... Seems this won't produce a... The strange... Seems this won't produce a... The flower...
Having been selected out of the blue, her panic only intensified. Hearing the commotion, he did not know that Lillian, mistakenly believing that the two broke the flag with no way of escaping.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macaron.
At this point, all the...
Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina. Please answer the question.
What? Are you reading my... No, I have no further arguments.
Wow! Look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall... The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the... With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think how did you find the water?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself.
I was just following order. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become alive. Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything.
Yes, our boss. It can also be made. We've been in this.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me think, I guess. But regardless, I'd like the I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoke. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of it. That was how Father, who you might know as...
The knave? The one who controls...
That's right. Back when our parents first survived, I took my sister through several... To my surprise, before long, an aristocrat came to me.
So you went from...
That was how we felt at first, too. But he would
That doesn't seem too...
After one particular... I waited along... The answer he gave...
Oh, no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, I managed to fare... All I saw...
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth... I was hesitant, but she was also quick...
Oh... So that...
She has gained permit...
So... She...
That's right. The whole... Today's case has everyone at hotel... To us orphans...
So... From smell...
It's alright. I just hope you can understand... If you should need anything at all in the future...
Bye, Linny!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're... Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, and given that there's new...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that, Navi.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire. Wait,
huh? Do we?
Well, I'd just like to have a Anyway, it would just be a meal.
You don't have to twist...
Oh, wonderful.
All right, then.
Ad Astra.
Astra Abbot. Thank you for completing today. Ad Astra Abyssos.
Time itself is a silent song.
A good newspaper should be a lighthouse of truth.